We're going to read you one story here. Comes from Rector74. He's given us a bunch of like false accusation stories and whatnot, but this is the beginning of his RP journey. And we're going to do this and then adjourn to new tech and start reading your chats over there.
All right.
I was a few years out of high school. I'd quit working out like I had during the time that I was playing football. I was still 6 feet tall, 300 pounds, but the muscle had started to lose its form and sag, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I took a trip down to Key West with a group of people my age from the base, and there was this absolute banging blonde. Closest to a 10 I'd seen in my life, but realistically, she was an 8 at best. 10-mile-an-hour fun bags, 15-mile-an-hour bumper with toned abs. Completely out of my league, but I had nothing to lose because at that point, rejection had become my default setting. Well, the trip comes to an end, and I decide to ask her out. She rejects me, but in probably the most brutal tone and way that I had been rejected in my life. She told me I was too young for her. I was too poor for her. I was too fat for her, and she'd never go out with me or any guy like me.
Ooh. Entitlement much?
I was blown away, so I started Googling and searching on YouTube. Why do women treat me like crap? And I came upon a channel with the creator's last name being Clausen. They no longer do material and have since deleted their channel, but it led me to discovering Coach Greg Adams, Joker from Better Bachelor, and then you guys. I started consuming RP content like it was going out of style. The blue-pilled veil had been torn away, and I was finally putting all the puzzle pieces together. I then started working out 7 days a week, once on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 1 to 2 hours at a time, and then 2 to 3 times a day on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 to 2 hours at a time. This started at the end of March in 2017, and by July of that year, I had dropped from 300 pounds with 25% body fat to 225 pounds with 15% body fat.
That's respectable.
I was benching 425, squatting 525, and doing 1,010 pounds on leg press.
Wow.
I was on every supplement known to man, pre-workout, during workout protein, post-workout, BCAAs, thermogenics, etc.
Yeah.
Well, a year later, I get a job with the same company as this female.
Nice.
She hasn't seen me since she rejected me, and by this time, I'm absolutely jacked. I randomly run into her because I had to run a quick errand to an individual who worked in the building. She popped her head out of her office and asked, insert my name here, "Is that you? Come here, let's catch up real quick."
Nope.
I obliged, sit down in her office, and she immediately starts hitting on me and asking me how I've been, and eventually asks me out. I sit there for a minute, silent, and respond with the absolute coldest response of my life. Well, we'll call her Tabitha. The reason I look so good is because of you. Your rejection a year ago woke me up. I've worked my ass off to be where I am physically for the last year for a moment just like this to prove you wrong. I've dreamed of this moment, and it's all thanks to you. So thank you for pushing me to be the best version of me, but no thanks. I don't go out with shallow women.
Nice.
Her jaw hit the floor.
Wow.
I stood up and walked out of her office without another word. Her coworker I had run the errand to heard the entire conversation and was in the hallway absolutely in shock. From then on until I left the company, anytime she saw me, she would go flirt with the nearest attractive guy to try and make me jealous. But I knew the female tactics now, and I had overpowered my little head. And so began my RP journey.
Amen to that.
Outstanding work, good sir.
Listen, in high school, that happened to me all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah. All the time. You're too scrawny.
Yeah.
Because
happened to me too. I was. Rejection was my default setting.
You just learned it. You're like, okay.
I just gave up. I said, screw it. And then I showed up my senior year, and I was ripped and taller, and suddenly things changed, and I was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out with the nice chick who goes to a different school, who's better looking than all y'all bitches.
Yeah.
And she plays the flute, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I really, like, my junior year, I was 117 pounds. My senior year, I was 138, 142.
Nice.
Still small.
Yeah.
And I didn't really fill out until I was in basic training. And then when I came back from basic, I was like 170, 168.
And then Ranger School took it all away.
But I got it back pretty quick. But yeah. But like I ran into, after I got out of the Army and was going to college, I ran into some of these girls I went to high school with, and they didn't even recognize me.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I actually went to a funeral for a teacher, my history teacher in high school. He was an awesome guy. Mr. Schret was his name. Made history very interesting. I aced all of his classes. I show up there, and these chicks who would never give me the time of day, even a year ago, they literally surrounded me in a corner.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them asked, "When did you become a stud?" I'm like,
It's like, go fuck yourself.
"It's like I'm 140 pounds soaking wet. What is it? Because I can grow a goatee?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you bitches?
I don't know, man.
Like, just get away from me."
And here's another
That was a
thing.
really weird day.
When you are young as a male, you can radically change your body. Like from 18 to 30, you can literally do a 180 degrees. You could be the fat butterball all through school, and then you ate your way in, you walk your way out, as per Bill Burr.
Yeah. When you're that young, it doesn't take that much.
No, it doesn't. It just takes a little consistency.
Yeah, I radically changed my body over a summer.
Me too.
That's all it took.
Between junior and senior year,
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me.
Here's the story. All right, so I played football for my high school, Berkeley High School in Berkeley, Michigan, and there was this guy, and I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to identify him, but he was just a raging asshole the entire time I went to high school, and he would organize the people on the team to just make my life miserable because I was embarrassing them.
You were the wimpy kid.
I was so tiny. And we finished the junior year. We finish out towards the end of the school year, like 3 days out. He's just like, "Are you going to play football next year? Because you're a disgrace." And I'm like, "Oh,
wow,
disgrace now, huh?" And I'm like, "Okay, all right. Yes, I am going to play football next year. And now my goal is to wreck you." And I did. I ended his career. I ended his football career halfway through the season in my senior year. It wasn't intentional.
Oh, what happened?
Well, I mean, he was trying to run through me like he used to because I was so small. Nope.
Didn't happen that day, huh?
No. I crushed that son of a bitch, and he was done. He was on crutches the rest of the season, and
retribution is such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and his little brother actually went like all state and then
nice.
Did well in college.
Good for him.
But my mission was, I am playing my senior year to punish you. You are my target. Fuck you. Of course, I didn't say that to him, but in my mind, I'm like, you just woke up the bear, bro. This is not good for you.
I think that was the beginning of live on out of spite right there.
Well, no, I mean, you get me motivated to set up on you. I become pretty scary.
Oh, yeah. If you tell me I can't do something, or that you're just automatically better than me because you exist, all right. Well, we'll see what happens, won't we?
That's the same thing with college. I was that guy in high school. Hey, Pop, college isn't for everyone. Maybe we should get you into a vocation. I'm like, okay. I mean, I took auto shop and, engineering and all that shit.
That shit happens.
But when I got out of the Army, I remembered that. I'm like, nobody tells me what I can't do.
Yeah.
I'm going to college.
I was the same way when I told my parents what I wanted to do for a living, and they were like, well, maybe you should try this or maybe you should try that, basically trying to encourage me to follow in the footsteps of the favorite. I was like, no, I'm not into that. This is what I'm going to do. I fucking did it.
Yeah. You knocked it out of the park.
And my mom is still, she's like, every time that we're to go, she's like, I still can't. Just blows my mind that you're able to make a living doing what you love. I'm like, yeah, I'm very fortunate. I'm like, how many people can actually say that they love what they do for a living?
Very few people.
Very few.
And you know what? You're not done yet.
No, I'm not.
Because, we got the Jericho Files. Maybe we could do something with that.
I'm just getting started, bitches.
And the books are written. You can literally turn it into a sitcom of gore porn. Because
we could totally
every
adapt
2 or
one of
3
those
chapters, he's stalking and killing somebody in those books.
We could totally adapt one of those books. It'd be good times.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the meat case of books.